when we had last left Team Watcher, they were in the archives. They went up over there. There were some librarians there. They didn't have faces. No faces on those librarians. It was a little scary. A lot of books and a lot of rules in that archive area. There was also a big cool door. And it had an interesting, intricate puzzle on it that required a lot of work and mechanic skill. Fortunately, they were able to get inside of it and discover what lurked within. As it turned out, it was a big staircase up into this room, which had a giant ocular laser blast machine. And also, it had Maura in it. Yes, the archmage they were seeking. And some dude with a mask named Fallen Ledge. They found him there. And Fallen Ledge, well, he killed Maura right on the spot. It was pretty rough. And her ghost was still there, and the Watcher was able to communicate with that ghost using the Watcher powers. And now it was up to Team Watcher to look around the observatory area and maybe find some interesting books and probably do a bunch of interesting reading of those books. This is Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, the Forgotten Sanctum. I don't know what the fuck happened. For some reason, when I loaded back in, it started back up. I don't think it's supposed to do this, but it's doing it anyway. I'm not sure if it's gonna hurt us or not. Good God. Let me turn on the everything. Let me hit up another quick save here. Okay, I think we just take a blast head on and see what happens. Oh my God. Yeah, okay. It does definitely hurt you. Jesus. Holy shit. There is actually ambient music playing right now, but you wouldn't know based off of everything else. Jesus. What has happened? Let's see. What is it even called? A hazard security system. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I thought maybe it would have some sort of particular name. Okay, let's... Oh, look. Oh, this is the bod we can interact with. Oh, this is the Wizard Lord. I see. Okay. I can't believe that. What we just went through there. All right. The masked wizard lies dead at your feet. The mingled scents of sweat, incense, old paper, and mildew hang on the air. The robes shift gently, as if something is moving beneath him. Oh my God, he's like a whole bunch of little creatures. Remove his mask. Is he fake and dead? Back away slowly. Let's fail this insight check. Sure, I'll go for it. Well, he's not moving. Remove his mask. You bend down and free the mask from the wizard's face. It's heavy, crafted from rune-etched gold. The mask of Wetch. Huh. It looks pretty neat. +1 max empower points. Grants Veiling Hood. Once per encounter. When the wearers first attack, they gain the effects of Arcane Veil. Oh, shit. Huh. Interesting. Well, it's only for 12 seconds, so I mean, that's pretty... You know what? Starting combat with 50 extra deflection? That's alright. Every encounter? Huh. Because, I mean, the empower points is pretty irrelevant and shitty, right? Because we can just rest whenever. It would actually make a difference if you could use multiple empowers per encounter, but since you can only use one, I mean, especially by the time you get to this DLC, unless you do it first or something, especially by the time you get here, you will have plenty of food, right? Wall is that which sees, but is not seen. They are the obscured, the eyeless face. The mask is a favored magical tool of the agents of the Hand Occult, as it represents their patron on numerous metaphorical layers. Priests of Wall meditate while wearing masks, and those wizards who serve the obscured don masks during their secretive rituals. This particular mask, cast in gold and almost featureless, belonged to Weish Helder, one of the founding members of the Hand Occult, by their own histories anyway. Though the front of the mask is flat, the inside has been inscribed with Engwithan runes, lending it powerful, protective enchantments. Right. Alright. That is pretty good, right? Especially since likely the most damage you're going to take during an encounter is at the beginning. I don't think we should have it on a tank, though. Well, that said, when deflection pops off on Adair, he really gets going. Maybe we do want it on him. We'll see. Oh my god, he's a Wormulon. What? Does he exist in, like, multiple entities? Ugh, you can hear them really writhing around. Oh look, there's my hand. Huh. Okay. Beneath the mask, a writhing mass of worms fills the hood. They squirm against one another, half alive. You see no flesh, bone, or even soil, only worms. The robed figure slowly deflates as worms wriggle from within its sleeves and beneath its hems.
A remote corporeal projection, which means the wizard is still out there.
Oh.
Decoy. This does not bode well.
Look at our wizards.
Anyone cares to go fishing?
Our wizards just fucking cluing us in. God, I hope I don't get lasered. 2 laser blasts will knock some of us out. Okay, over here. Reprieve. Let's take this.
See why not?
Palm slats. Oh, look. Glanfathan Customs. Now, is this something that we've read before? Let's quickly check. Glanfathan Customs. No, it's not. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm anticipating a lot of reading, so let's just get through it, right? Let's go through it. This is the archives, right? If before we did combat heavy, this is reading heavy, right? And you know what? I think I'm into the reading. Glanfathan Customs. Glanfathan customs can seem primitive and unsophisticated to some, but all customs begin with a ritual or superstition, so why should theirs be considered less than any other? If they are examined closely, Glanfathan celebrations stem from a deep and rich culture, and all tie into their history in a significant way. The Festival of the Ancients. I wonder if this is relevant here, right? Or if it is really just collected information from, like, miscellaneous sources. The Festival of the Ancients takes place during spring dawn, and is a time to celebrate the Glanfathans settling in Air Glanfath. It is a simple 3-day ceremony that is mostly centered on feasts. These feasts are set up around the ruins scattered through Air Glanfath. Wreaths made from tree branches and flowers are placed at the ruins, and prayers are said to the gods, thanking them for health and prosperity. Man, this, some of this hits a little bit differently now that we've... Or, not we. Sorry, General Viewer, you probably did not partake in this with me. But, now that I have personally seen Midsummer, right? I wonder if... Because aren't the Glanfathans meant to be of a similar culture to the one shown in Midsummer? I mean, obviously the one shown in Midsummer is twisted and, like, fucked. But, right? Am I mistaken in that? Maybe I'm thinking of a different group. Let's see. Oh no, yeah, it was the folks that Votnir is a part of, right? Though maybe they borrowed different parts here and there, right? The cleansing. The cleansing started as a protest, recreating the hardships wrought upon the Glonfathans by the Aediran colonists when they started settling the Deerwood. It has morphed over the years and is now used more as a game, mixed with a teaching tool to inform your Glonfathans about the history of their people. The cleansing takes place on New Year and Mid-Year, and acts as a metaphor for real-life events instead of a recreation of the events themselves. Zarup effigies are placed throughout the forest, hollow clay shells filled with sweets and gifts. The children then search the woods for the effigies and destroy them, cleansing the forest so the Glonfathans can move in and occupy the areas. After the area has been cleared, they gather for a celebration and feast where the elders tell the young members the true story of their people's history. Holiday of the Black Tree. A combination of a day of remembrance and celebratory feast, the Holiday of the Black Tree is held on the second day of autumn falling, when the trees are still colorful but losing their leaves, and the land is becoming cold and dark. Glonfathans use the day to tell the story of the War of the Black Trees, and remember those who were lost. During the morning, the adults hang elaborate garlands from the tree branches. The garlands are made from red, orange, and yellow flowers, and represent the flames that swept through the forests of Air Glonfath, destroying everything in their path. After a morning of fasting and reflection, the children are set to run through the trees, tearing down the garlands and bring them back to the feast, decorating the tables with wildflowers, turning the horror of war into something beautiful. Then they eat, cheering the peace they now have with the Deerwooden people, and toast to many more years of peace to come. Also of note in Glonfathan culture is their abundance of traveling customs. Being a semi-nomadic people, they practice customs to ensure their safety while on the move. Also, definitely of note here is that this book seemingly is not written by anyone of Air Glonfath. This is not written by Glonfathans. It very much wants to point out that they're a they here, right? They are the other compared to whoever is writing this. Probably someone of the Aediran Empire, I think. Especially back here where it says, teach your Glonfathans, as if it's some sort of weird, like, not ownership in like a really fucked up way, but more like incidentally condescending, right? Like accidentally fucked up. Huh. And remember, we saw results of the War of the Black Trees in Pillars 1, didn't we? We saw some of the black trees, right? From the fires, still blackened to this day. Traveling customs. If you are taking a quick trip, purchase a gift for someone you are visiting and leave it at your home. If something important is left undone, such as giving a gift to a loved one, you will always return to finish the task. If you are taking a longer trip, leave remembrances of your trip, no matter how well you know the road. Drop some pebbles along the way, or tie ribbon to the tree branches. Mark your path away, and you'll always have a safe and easy trip back. Evil spirits and dangerous creatures are everywhere in our world. If you decorate your cart with masks, they will scare away any danger that might otherwise approach. But you must decorate your cart anew every trip, or the evil won't be fooled by your ruse. Huh. Very interesting customs. I can't remember if we read about that in the first game. We very well may have. Alright, last little bit of woot loot. Oh shit, we're fucked. Oh, we can take a hit. Wow, none of us got hit. Thank goodness. Okay. I'm assuming this is bugged, right? Thank goodness it shuts the fuck up whenever we're in our inventory and shit, right? Okay, melee attacks that target, deflection, and miss have a 10% chance of allowing an instant primary riposte. Oh, see, that current one is just so good, isn't it? Alright. Yeah. Maybe for someone else who's melee. Right? Someone else who is melee and is not Pallegina. Okay. Oh, look. The sacrifice the eyeless face demands. Ooh. It's got a lock. Oh, it's a quest item as well. It's got a padlock on it, though, with chains all around it. The yellowing pages of this thick, locked tome are written in a dark green ink. Within it you find mad poems, nonsensical formulae, and impossible sketches. On one page, you find the following scribed in blood. The Titan opens only to those who have undergone the mystery of Trefine. Use of the Trefine requires understanding how the Trefine is used. This mystery cannot be taught, only experienced. A memory of a thing is not the thing itself. A memory of a thing is a thing itself. The Trefine demands the understanding of its use in sacrifice. Sacrifice the understanding you seek. Whoa. Huh. Deadfire lines. Someone has scrawled the lyrics to a traditional sailor shanty on this ragged scrap of paper. Oh yeah, these are the lyrics. We've heard this sung before. Okay. We'll take that. No card required. What was that for? Huh. Oh, library card, I see. Okay. Quest completed. Annotated history, Forgotten Sanctum. Enter the collections. Ooh. Talk to Lengrath about Tain's quest. Oh, I see. Okay, we need to remember to do that. Okay. Got some goodies here. More goodies. Useful. Alright. Part of me feels like we should turn around and not go into this scriptorium just yet. Because we did kind of skip through a bunch of stuff. Maybe we should examine that. Oh, fuck. Is this going to laser blast me? Okay, we're fine, we're fine. This tome appears to be a record of secrets that followers of Wall have whispered to their god in strictest confidence. Oh look, there's also something here on the wall. Ooh, more books. Okay. Let's take them. Oh shit, one of them did not go where I thought it would. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Huh. Memoirs of Helder. Oh, that dude. Quest item, yeah. The pages of this tome overflow with Elde Diren, inscribed in a spidery hand. Oh, didn't we see something else that was inscribed in a spidery hand? I think so. I forgot what it was, though. These tell of Helder, a leader of the Hand Occult, several centuries past. Though much of it is difficult to read, much less interpret, the end details a ritual aimed at achieving complete communion with the obscured. The memoir suggests that in order to become one with Wall, an individual must entirely erase themselves from history. To exist obscured is to never have existed at all, not even in writing. Huh. Interesting. Is this going to be something that we can partake in? Ancient tablet. Is this like a new thing, or did I already have the ancient tablet with me? Let's read it, may as well. Ancient tablet. This fragile tablet was painstakingly etched in Gwithan runes several thousand years ago. The festival lanterns shine with a warm yellow glow tonight, bobbing on the light breeze from the sea. The young folk dance, feet stamping in smiles bright, a feverish joy alight in their eyes. The old folk drink and tell tales of years long past, their laughter loud enough to shake the very Audra beneath our feet. And the children, for whom we do this, our future, they steal sweets from the banquet tables. They wrestle and tease and fight as children ought, and my soul swells with pride. Together, we celebrate the end of our work and look forward to new beginnings, a shining horizon where we Ingwithans and our Hawana brethren labor as one for the glory and illumination of all kith. Tonight, Pokokahara, our masterpiece, sits resplendent, a testament to all that our cultures have striven toward, all that we might gain. And yet, even if our calculations are sound and our constructions sturdy, if the machine works as intended, it will be but one small step along the twisting road we must walk together. But if we can harness the power of souls, we can control the cycle of life and death. The journey will be worth it, no matter how arduous or how long. But now is not the moment for questions of philosophy. Tonight, we join hands and sing, and tomorrow, our work of generations begins. At last, it begins. Ooh, fuck. Is this going to be like shit about the creation of the machine at Ukaizo and all of that? Okay. Deerwood, Part 3. Deerwood. Wow, we don't actually have it? Huh. Let's see, Part 3? No, yeah, we have not read this. Let's hit it. It may be intentional that we're seeing this, yeah, because it regards, the War of Black Trees and the rise of Admeth Hadrid. Wow, yeah. Admeth Hadrid did a lot of shit. If you have not played Pillars 1, nor seen someone else like yours truly play Pillars 1, there was a lot of book and talk about Admeth Hadrid. And isn't old lady what's-her-butt, she's one of the House Hadrid folks, right? I believe so. I forgot her full name. She was a Hadrid something. But yeah, Admeth Hadrid. Kind of a prick, right? But a very interesting character nonetheless. After the Broken Stone War, the Deerwood would see peace and prosperity for 21 years. Aside from the occasional slave uprising or border dispute, nothing of any note happened until 2652 AI. Some of the Deerwooden Earls, tired of being restricted by the treaties and encouraged by imperial sources, defied the decrees and actively sent people to loot the ruins in the Deerwood. Response from the Glonfathans was not immediate, but when it came, it was brutal and bloody. There was a slave uprising, and Rej resumed control of his guerrilla fighters. A contingent of Delemgan joined the forces as well, making the fights in the forest even more deadly for the Deerwooden soldiers. Edrange, then far too old to lead Deerwood in the war, sent his son Admeth to deal, I forget if it's Admeth or Admeth. I'm going with Admeth. To deal with the situation. I don't think you ever actually hear how it's pronounced, do you? I don't think anyone ever actually says the name. Admeth, showing the same tactical prowess as his father, set fire to the forest at the Ishwar River, and then blocks the forces retreating from the Inferno. Some of the Glonfathans escape, but thousands would die in the blaze. Rej is captured and sent to holding in New Haemar. This goes on for several months, and Admeth uses this same tactic many times to flush Glonfathans and Delemgan from the battlefield. The entire war lasts less than a year. The Deerwood eventually wins, but at a terrible price. This conflict would come to be known as the War of Black Trees. Tragedy struck the Deerwood in 2654, when Edrange, whose health had been waning, succumbed and passed into the cycle. Rejd, who had developed a begrudging respect for his constant adversary over the years they had fought, sent Admeth his sincere condolences from captivity in New Haomar. Admeth assumed his father's place as grave over the Deerwood. The other earls disliked this development and began publicly rebuking Admeth's decrees. In 2655 AI, Admeth, tired of the problems caused by the recalcitrant earls, but having support of the new Valian dukes and the common folk of Deerwood, having saved them from the Glonfathans, delivers an ultimatum to the Fershinianj, the High King of Adir. He demands to be made a grave palatine. This move would give him authority and power over all the earls, their holdings and their titles. Deerwood would become a palatinate instead of a gravefrom. The High King, who did not want to have to deal with a rebellion while trying to establish a hold on the Vorlus trade network in Raed Saris, begrudgingly agreed to Admeth's demands. Admeth would use this new power to bring all the earls in line. As a trade-off for being given the power, Admeth put money and resources into all of the Deerwood's ports to increase shipping traffic. In turn, this increased the High King's income. Under Admeth's rule, the Deerwood saw 7 productive and profitable years. In 2662 AI, he did what he had tried for many years without success, bringing slavery to an end in the Deerwood. He negotiated the 10 Years Treaties, so called because it has been 10 years since the War of Black Trees. A timeline was established in which the slaves will be released. The owners would be compensated with money or land for each slave released. If they did not comply, the slaves would be taken, and a fine will be levied against the owner. In return, the Glonfathans would open trade with the Deerwood and cede some of their territories to the Deerwooden government, in practice meaning they would stop contesting the presence of those who lived and ruled there. Oh, right, because they had already unofficially taken that territory. Hundreds of Coopers attempted to rebel against this. Admeth, expecting such a reaction, reacted accordingly, and the rebellion was quickly crushed. His agents then spread propaganda through the populace, making the Coopers' rebellion and its instigators seem far worse than they truly were. This tactic worked, and there would be no more trouble. Yeah, the shit with Admeth is so fascinating, right? 'Cause sure, he played a large role in ending slavery, but you also see the parts where was a total prick, like murdering all of these people and essentially just, using the freedom of slavery as a trade, right? Freeing them from slavery as a trade for their lands which they had already occupied. That way, just like in paper and in writing, they could officially have those lands taken, so there wouldn't be any sort of, legal sort of reaction they could take? Or legal, what would you even call it? I don't know. Retaliation? Let's look at this thing. A shaft of light breaks through the splintered roof of the Oratory of Wall to illuminate an empty pedestal. Though it's sometimes hard to tell in the Hall of the Unseen, it's daytime. Motes of dust hover in the glow of the sun. Wave your hand in the light. The skin of your palm prickles with comforting warmth. Are we supposed to wait until night? For moonlight or something? It's very interesting that it makes note of the time of day. Let's wait until night. There we go. Midnight. Let's see if anything happens. Maybe it's a specific time of day. Like, when the sun is highest or the moon is highest. Alright, yada yada. Though it's sometimes hard to tell in the Hall of the Unseen, it's nighttime. The beam is tinged with silver from the glow of distant stars. With my hand, it's oddly cool and refreshing to the touch. Okay, clearly there's something afoot, but we have no idea what yet. Alright, let's break stealth, run on down this way, watch out for the big laser blast. Good God. Okay, so yeah, the central stacks, the Oculus. Can I make it fucking stop? I don't think so. Alright, I think we should head back through the main route so we can see what's there. Here we are. We won't leave the archives, though. We'll stay within the archives, but I want to see the other routes around here. And see, like, what books and shit we can learn, or if there's anyone else hanging out here. Man, yo, it's firing off from here. Oh, shit. Yo, can it blast me? No. I'm, like, above it. Oh my god, it's totally, like, bugged out or something. Alright. Do you think they know? Hey. The Oracle sees all. Uh-oh. Do not remove materials from the shelves. Each thing in its right place. We totally removed some shit from the shelves. Alright. So are these people worm people as well? No, they're not. Yeah. Notice that this dude died with normal-ass blood. Okay. Let's see, over this way. Let's check out this red area, right? Will we get in trouble by going up here? Look, there's actually something on the map. The circulating library.
Keeping an eye out.
Okay. If we approach from this end, we can totally just go by this dude. Alright, let's quick save. Speed time up. I don't know if we should all go in here, though. Who's our best sneaker? Is it me? Maybe. Yeah, I've got 9. 9 stealth. 2. Yeah, maybe I'll just go in and scout it.
Got it.
Actually, here. Let me trade out my shoes. Oh no, I've already got boots of stealth. Okay. Good. Quick saving. Oh shit. They are here. Okay.
Does this amuse you, Watcher?
Oh shit, it's a distraction. Okay. Ooh. The History of Aeora. Volume 1, The Collapse of Grand Valia. I don't think I've ever seen this book, right? Huh.
Sure.
Oh god. Oh, they're resetting it. Note on a missing subject. Downtrodden Stink Pigeons. Volume 1. Uh-oh. Structural Integrity Report? Oh, fuck. Oh, this is cool. So I can keep using this.
Why not?
Okay. Let's do it.
If you insist.
Palagina is not having it. Okay. We can come out here. Let's see. This way. Good. Let's do this one. Don't worry, you all. It's just me up in here. Uh-oh. Whew. Too close for comfort. Alright.
Sure.
Here we are. Ooh, shit. Wow, for once we're actually making good use of the stealth mechanics, huh? Smuggled journal page. Maintenance log. Flesh construct controller. Uh-oh. There we are. Whew. Okay. Let's do a quick save right here. Should we be reading some of these right now? I think maybe we should. Let's have at it, huh? Okay. The History of Aeora, Volume 1. The Collapse of Grand Valia. It's a quest item. Huh. Armchair academics will tell you the fall was unavoidable, that it was Grand Valia's rapacious appetite for expansion that finally ended them. or a regrettable inattentiveness to the necessity of maintaining critical infrastructure, or the Ouroboros of betrayal, revenge, and re-revenge that characterized their idle, wealthy leisure time. But they're wrong. No. It was Dulcatsa, the tabby, that ended it all. Dulcatsa, a dead mouse dropped into a stew, and one very ill duke, who, when told of the first in what would become a spate of vendetta-fueled murders among the families that controlled the Grand Valian economy, shouted at his valet to close the door and not disturb his rest again. He promptly died, and as his valet studiously ignored the stench coming from his master's study, Grand Valia unraveled at the seams. Oh, wow. Huh. Interesting. But from the read of it, though this is coincidental, that, you know what, oh my god, this mouse falling into the stew was what set everything in motion. It was more so the straw that broke the camel's back, right? Because this alludes to all of the many other problems, right? That the fall was unavoidable, appetite for expansion, inattentiveness to the necessity of maintaining infrastructure, or revenge, re-revenge, and shit like that. Yeah. Okay, very, very neat, though. It is cool that there was like a little, I don't know, coincidence at the middle of it all that sort of just set everything in motion that probably would have already occurred if given more time, right? Okay. Maintenance log, Flesh Construct Controller. Another quest item, of course. Someone has meticulously logged dates and details pertaining to the operations of a flesh construct monitor device. Some of the latest entries stand out. Found a finger blocking the cogs. Asked around, no librarians reported a missing digit. Initiated the startup sequence, and a bunch of teeth fell out. Operation normal? A new lever grew from the panel today. Not sure what it controls yet, if anything. Stiff, warm. At this point, the controller has taken on a life of its own. All I can do is interpret its desire. Device refused to initiate normal procedure until I tickled its favorite gland, deep and on the left-hand side by a patch of bone. After it shuddered for some moments, I had its undivided attention. This is disgusting work, and I love it. Okay. Note on a missing subject. Subject P-0706 broke free of its cell and makes slow progress toward other parts of the facility. We cannot cross from one end of our library to another without spores dusting our robes from some unseen limb of the colony. I've reported the matter, but our chief librarian is characteristically unconcerned. Should that thing cross into the restricted stacks, I hope she remembers who warned her. An addendum is scribbled below. Boris has gone missing, likely infested, digested, or worse. What began as an irritation has escalated to a tragedy. I haven't the heart to tell the archives staff to call off the search. Once the dust settles, I will take it upon myself to find them a new library mascot. Huh. And this one. Downtrodden stink pigeons? Oh, I think we have read that. Stink. I haven't. Really? I thought we'd read of stink pigeons before. Alright. If anything about imps could be called subtle, it's that they are quietly the most complicated non-kith creatures of Aora. They speak our tongues, follow complex instructions, and have enough awareness to possess a sense of self and free will that defies the intellect of their primordial peers. Partnered with their latent ability to grow in proportion to the magical energies their bodies absorb, one would not be mistaken for concluding that imps are the rightful masters of their environment. So why aren't they? Much of our lore presumes that imps are a byproduct little more than foul-mouthed pigeons formed of arcane runoff. Some of us believe this to be anything but the case. Ledgers recovered from early Wodekin temples give more credit to these unloved creatures, referring to them in footnotes as the firsts or the fallen. Some have gone on to speculate that imps are the gods' discarded attempt to create life. Whoa! We have definitely not read this before. This account will spearhead my academic crusade to prove the value of imps, who deserve a fair shake from we who have spent our careers underestimating their worth. That's very cool. Yeah, I had totally discounted imps, admittedly, right? Especially given, like, the importance of some of the other non-Kith races that we've come into contact with, especially the Naga, right, at the lighthouse. There was a big ordeal about them. But there's been even more rumblings of it regarding, like, the Lagufath, even the Zarups, certainly the Vithrak are a big deal. Yeah. And this actually puts a light on the imps. Huh. Very fascinating, yeah. It totally didn't even occur to me. Okay. Let's see. The stink pigeons. Structural Integrity Report. Okay. Let's see here. This missive was addressed to an office of the Admiralty in Rawatai. Apparently, it never made the journey. Great Hazanui, your flagship, the Tenets of Iron, has not weathered the journey from the motherland as we had hoped. The sea was fierce, and an aggressive parasite infests the hull. Holy shit! When I sailed for the Deadfire, you told me that the Tenets must always lead the way, for we carry the motherland's heart. I tell you now that the ship is not battle-ready. Even a meager display of strength could send her to Andra's bosom. You instructed me not to take on a shipwright, for the pride of our armada cannot be seen to flounder, maybe, nor to enlist help from the Huana, lest they grow too familiar with our armaments. Yet it is a matter of time before your flagship vanishes beneath the waves. What are your orders? A spray of salt water smudged out the signature. Ooh, that is fascinating. Huh. What's fascinating is not only that it is fucked up, but that it's here. Right? Something which I guess we could have guessed when we saw that big display of force, show of power, after we departed Crookspur, and like all of a sudden there were like a fuck ton of RDC Navy ships right out front. That was pretty telling that they were making some major moves, right? I'm assuming this must be relatively recent, though, right? Okay. Oh yeah, we've read this before. Smuggled journal page. Ooh, shit. No way. Admith set the forest aflame, they say. Admith snatched the sharpest fang out of the enemy's jaws, they sing. I know nothing beyond the walls of my cell, but I still have my memories, and I don't recall a single crisped tree on that battlefield. I don't recall being taken. I remember waving the flag of parley, and having it answered with a battle cry. Anything they burned later. History isn't written by the victors or kith who were there. It's written by scribes, and for some reason, Admith isn't of a mind to contradict their lies. Maybe it's because he's where he is, and I'm where I am. There's history, and then there's history. Takes a keen eye to tell the difference. Regged. Holy shit! What? So all that shit that we just read, this is like a legit, somehow journal that has ended up in this repository that calls all of that shit into question. Huh. That is wild, but to what end is the question at the moment? Like, what difference does it make? Obviously, a lot of the implications could be different. But... If they did it themselves, why? If they did it later, that means that they allowed the Glonfathans to leave, right? That's the implication, that the whole point of the fires, of burning the trees to a crisp, was to torture the Glonfathans and kill them in that battle. But apparently they didn't? Very, very interesting shit. Okay. Holy
Leave it to me.
You're about to fucking get me, dude. Whew. Okay, let's head up and around. Oh god. Oh god. Here we are. Ooh, the History of Aora, Volume 4. The Founding of Raid Saris. Well, do I really want to take that just yet? Ooh, shit. Yeah, we're in a very important section right now.
Sure.
Uh-oh. Ooh. Okay, let's head on back down. I want to get to this book, though. That's what I want. Okay. Down this way. Oh, shit. Okay, up here. Oh, fuck.
Why not?
Alright, what is this? The History of Aora, Volume 2. The Tribes of the People of the Deer. We may get caught during this, but I would love to read it. Okay, Volume 2. The first magic among the people was fire. It's always fire. In every community, among every species, it's always fire. Fire is a balm against the dark, a light to tell stories by. It chases away the cold, lights the path, summons shadows. It was conjured by an old woman who whispered a word at a dying coal and saw it spring to life. She carried that burning coal until her death, when she taught the word to her daughter, who taught the word to her son. The people carried that small flame from their home in the frigid north to the sultry southern jungles. Never once did it go out. Oh shit. Huh. Interesting. So is this literally alluding to like the creation of, or not even the creation, but the harnessing of magic by people? At least people of the Deerwood. Fascinating shit, dude. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I'm about to get caught! Oh! They don't seem to give a shit. Oh, is it because they don't know who I am? They don't know that it's me or something? Good lord, everything is still shaking because of that fucking thing. Here, I quick save. Let's see if we get caught. The Oracle sees all. Oh, is it because I broke everything? So now if I get caught, it doesn't matter because I blew up, I went up to the tippy top. So now they're cool with it? Is that the idea? I have no idea. But clearly, it seems fine if I get caught. See, let's just walk around here openly.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, it totally seems fine. Oh, it's if I take the books. I see. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Alright.
I see.
You cannot disarm the trap. Do you wish to trigger it? Because this isn't the upper floor. It is an upper floor, but I guess it's not up enough.
What do you need
to warrant punishment or whatever. Okay. Let's go over here. We need a dare
What do you
at
need?
the ready. And then I'll knock this shit over. Okay. A dare?
Touch nothing.
Here you are.
Let's take a look.
And you disarm that. Great. What have we got? Oh my god. Whole bunch of stuff. An infested almanac of crop rotation. Whoa, this is a lot. Huh. The cover of this almanac is thickly padded with a fuzzy, multicolored fungus that is spread to the spine and the rest of the pages. Only one page has survived total infestation. Mold has contaminated the ink itself and warped certain words into bulging, irregular configurations. Wow, that is extremely cool. Can that happen to real ink? I guess it depends on what the ink is made out of. Holy shit. That totally reads like it's based off of a real life sort of thing that occurs in reality and isn't like a facet of magical fungus. Alright. The fertility of the land is quintessential concern in the success of... Hello? A healthy farm is a diverse one, and we cannot rely on favorable... Are we alone? Whoa, what the fuck? Okay. Huh. Okay. Alright, this is more than I was expecting. To dictate our fortunes, just as Kith have yoked the seasons to do our bidding, we need to do our part too. Am I part? Am I a part? Who am I? That we replace what we take from the life of the land, the precious abundance we so recklessly leech from the... Why does knowing hurt? What? Henceforth, it will be our responsibility to, not I, we, and share our progress for the song growth love of the colony. This way, the purity of the book will be measured and controlled, no longer a variable outside of our... From that point on, the text has been consumed, reduced to little more than the loam of a thriving fungus colony. Holy shit. This bit here... This bit here seems like it is intentionally replacing certain sections with certain words, right? Like in these parts, it seems like these are sentences and interjections all on their own. But here in this paragraph, it's all meant to be taken together. Like it's intentionally altering specific pieces. Henceforth, it will be our responsibility to, not I, we share our progress for the song growth love of the colony. This way, the purity of the book will be a measured and controlled, no longer a variable outside of our... Very interesting shit. Okay, we'll stash all of this. There we go. Cool. What else is around here? Let's see.
My eyes are peeled.
What's this? Ooh. The History of Aora, Volume 3. The First Hollowborn. Man, these are so fucking cool. I love these. These Histories of Aora? Oh my god. These are incredible. His parents named him Gramwin, and he slept soundly through the night. Every night. From the day of his birth, and for every day after. He didn't scream or cry, but only stared, blank-eyed, as the world turned about him. Gramwin had no siblings, nor would he ever. When one neighbor's child was born, similarly silent, then another and another. Gramwin's parents were named Curse-bringers. They were burned in the town square, and Gramwin was left alone on a hillside, just as the season's first snow began to fall. Of course, that didn't stop the hollowing. For 15 years, nothing would. Oh my god, that actually gave me some shivers in real life. Alright.
Sure.
Let's see, what's in this one?
Why not?
An anatomical dissection of notes. Is this one that we've read before? Notes. No, it is not. Curious specimen. Larger than the last one. The bones assume a different configuration whenever I look away, so an accurate accounting of its inner workings will prove no small challenge. The organs are knit together in a flexible mesh, which maintains its spongy state despite decomposition. the jaws can stretch open wider than they should allow. I cannot account for how this is possible, but my eyes don't deceive me. The teeth elongate in proportion to how far apart the jaws are stretched, even in death. I recommend the last of this species be interred in the collections. Better to have it catalogued and disposed of than out and about. Ooh. Huh. I wonder if it's related to the fungus. Alright, so we do have Volume 4. Let's read this as well. The Founding of Raid Ceres. But the Delemgan and Adragan couldn't come to accords. They launched a quiet civil war, and the colonists' farms became the front. The Adragan blighted the Aedirans' Vorless crops with a might native to the deep forest. The colonists, believing themselves under attack by the notoriously territorial Delemgan, retaliated by clear-cutting the forests surrounding their villages. Not to be outdone, the Delemgan drained the subterranean aquifers in the Valian settlements. Holy shit! Is this real shit? Is this all, like, real shit? Oh my god! Huh. Wow, okay. Some of this shit is really fucking mind-blowing in general, right? Oh, shit. Do you think any of them have anything worth pickpocketing? I don't know. Let's find out. Look, here comes this one. Yeah, they've got money. Just a small amount.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright. Holy shit. The central stacks, huh? And here's a lot more of these, like, stone book units, right? Alright, fuck me. Yeah, it was definitely worth it to read those as we got them, right? Because so many of them are, like, they're all clearly specifically chosen for us to read about right now. They are all linked in some way, right? Even the ones that are books that we have read, even either in this game or Pillars 1, clearly there is something going on here regarding that specific history. Maybe even specifically with the War of the Black Trees. Good lord. Mm-hmm. And thank goodness they give you the opportunity to, like, refresh yourself with it, because frankly, I forgot a lot of the specifics of it by now. Alright. Cool. Well, holy shit. When next we come back, we'll check out these 3 units here. And then we've got more books and stuff to go through. There's some here, I think there's some here, and we can blast our way through all of these shroomages just as well. We may, before we start blasting, we may go out to the imps and see if we can rest. Before we do that, though, we'll probably quick save just in case, like, going out into that lobby area, the hub, activates some sort of scripted event, right? Because I might want to fully investigate everything in the archival, or the archives wing, before we initiate some other scripted event by going to the hub, right? Okay. Until next time, please take care of each other.